Hey guys, welcome back to Junior 21 for our 5th episode. Last week our episode covered various subtopics about testing: where, when, why, how, and so on. We hope that video helps in some way, and we encourage you to go watch if you haven't. You never know what you may find useful. Anyway, for episode 5, we're going to be talking about the vaccine and its progress today, as well as covering some potential questions. Let's start.
Who can get the vaccine right now as of February 2021? Currently, it is only elders over 60 and immunocompromised individuals who are able to receive the vaccine. It is scientifically proven that people with weaker or shoddier immune systems are on the end of the high-risk spectrum. For example, a woman who is 70 years old and has endured years of natural life experiences has a much higher chance at catching the coronavirus compared to a 16-year-old girl, hypothetically speaking, where the girl is healthy and has a fully functioning immune system. The same elderly woman's immune system will also have a significantly more difficult time fighting off the virus than the 16-year-old girl's immune system. It is important to cover the people who are prone to catching the disease in order to preserve as many lives as possible while saving families from grief and heartbreak. On top of elders, select individuals who are severely immunocompromised are granted access to the disease as well.
A good question is, what does immunocompromised actually mean? People who are immunocompromised have a reduced ability to fight infections and other diseases. Over time, one's immune system regularly weakens, but some are just caused by certain diseases or conditions such as AIDS, cancer, diabetes, malnutrition, and certain genetic disorders. A slow and frail system putting them in harm's way, hence the reason they need prioritization in terms of access for the vaccine.
How much of the vaccine is available right now? There is and has been a consistent limited amount of the vaccination available, hence the reason that only select groups can be granted the vaccine at a certain time. Once one group is cleared, it will then be discussed which group should be next. Of course, people who are at higher risk than others are bound to be prioritized. Hopefully, we will eventually reach a point where the production of the vaccine is enough to vaccinate large populations rather than select groups. While it is true that some are more susceptible than others, everyone is at risk. Will we run short? No. The supply is currently limited, though, especially because the release and creation of the vaccine is so new. With time, more of the vaccine will be created and put into mass production.
The fact is unknown, but it is speculated that there is a chance for it to be available to anyone who wants it in April of 2021. As production remains limited, the vaccine is continuously released to specific groups based on their chance of catching the disease. If production remains low, it is predicted that the general population could be waiting on the vaccine up until summer or even fall of 2021. No, but there is potential or new strands to develop in which our bodies are not trained to battle. Even if someone has caught COVID-19 before, it is highly recommended they still get vaccinated.
Does this vaccine cover all strands of COVID-19? It can't be said, but scientists predict it may be able to. Quote, with one mutation or even 3 mutations, it's expected that antibodies will still recognize this variant, though they may not recognize it as well as other variants, end quote, says Ramon Lorenzo. Our take is that a more advanced vaccine will have to be made in order to treat this new strand, as it is a mutated version of the original strand. If there are mutations to something, it needs a vaccine that corresponds with how it differs. All of this is up in the air as of right now, though, for America, as the new strand is primarily in England and we are focused on clearing the people we can first.
A study conducted by William James to test the effectiveness of the vaccine on other variations of the virus found that people's antibodies were moderately effective against the original virus after their first dose of vaccine, less effective against the Kent variant, and were unable to neutralize the South African variant. Despite this, the T-cell responses against all known variants after the first injection, which provides a good outlook for the creation of a more advanced vaccine with these. Yes, the COVID vaccine is meant to train your immune system to battle the actual virus in case one comes to face it. Anyone who receives the vaccination is supposedly able to be at ease about catching the original strand of COVID. The issue, though, is that new strands could develop and are developing.
Who created the vaccine? 55-year-old Ugur Sahin and his 53-year-old wife Özlem Türeci in Germany were the founders of the COVID-19 vaccination. This couple dedicated their lives to studying infectious diseases, and sure enough, it paid off. How are the people who have received the vaccine reacting? Side effects, reported feelings, etc. Side effects vary based on who you ask. Commonly reported ones, though, are based on where they got the injection and an overall outcome. Just like any other shot or vaccination, the place of puncture is likely to swell and grow sore. As for post-effect overall, some have experienced fevers, chills, fatigue, and headaches. Some, but not many people, have had an allergic reaction to substances in the vaccination.
No, though some may experience an allergic reaction, it is highly uncommon for someone to experience a fatality as a result of getting vaccinated. As testing went on, more factors for a background check subsided, and it continues to get easier to ensure individual safety.
Is there a specific diet you have to follow post-vaccination? No, but due to the fact that some have reported fevers and aches, the best thing to do is eat healthy, nutritiously filled foods and drink plenty of water. The best way to fight off any sickness is by cleansing and flushing out your body, and the side effects will go away in no time if following a regular healthy diet to supply your body with what it needs.
Just like any vaccine, it is impossible to require individuals by law to get vaccinated or even have their children vaccinated. That fact, though, does not prevent jobs or employers from requiring it for their employees to be part of their workforce. Although government officials refuse to get involved in reinforcement, local authority is doing their part in protecting the population and public safety. The cost for each dose ranges from $3 to $37, depending on the vaccine. Moderna, a 2-dose vaccine, recently announced each dose will go for around $32 to $37. The Pfizer vaccine, also given in 2 doses, is expected to cost $19.50 per dose. Each dose for Johnson & Johnson's 2-dose vaccine will cost an estimated $10, and AstraZeneca's 2-dose vaccine could be the cheapest at $3 a dose. Lastly, Novavax's 2-dose vaccine is estimated to be $16 per dose.
So, that's what we've got for you this week on current updates and information on coronavirus vaccination and answers to hypothetical questions. We'd like to say thank you for watching this far. We hope you enjoyed this video and found it somewhat informative or useful for you or for someone you know. If you like this video, consider checking out the others for more COVID tips and information. As always, see you in the next week for another video and another topic.